Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey. And in case you wanted to know
You just made it.
why I'm out of breath, it's because I ran from the parking lot.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'll start on time and Miriam will just show up when she does, and here you are.
It took me like 6 minutes to get here.
I figured you got distracted talking to your daughter in Canada.
Yeah. We were looking up college stuff.
Got distracted canceling your flight and Sam's flight to Florida, and then changing Holly, Steve, and I's flight to Metabolic Health Summit.
To what day?
To Wednesday night.
Okay, so we got a couple days. I made pumpkin sausage soup today.
Did you really?
2 crock pots full.
Wow.
For Max. And I diced those suckers up
You
so good.
You didn't run it through the food processor?
It's like 2 peppers. It feels pointless.
Okay.
So, it's fine.
Well, welcome everybody. Let's say hi to the chat. Visual
have a good
Keto's
weekend?
here. You're hustling from the Walmart Vision Center.
Ooh, fun.
Sarah's Joyful Journey is here. So is Carrie. Mike says good
Carrie.
morning,
Hi,
folks.
Sarah.
Donna's in the waiting room, chart room for good morning. There you go.
Woo-hoo.
Lori's here. Mike says
Lori.
welcome. Pickle is here. Wants to know, is it spring yet? Actually, here it is spring. It is like 41 degrees and all of the snow is melted.
Not really
and
cold all of a
this
sudden.
is not a live image. This is from like a year ago.
There is a tiny bit of snow on the grass still.
Speaking of it being winter, Platte River Keto is here from thawing western
Yeah,
Nebraska.
it's also thawing there too.
Tom Rocks Keto says good afternoon. I think Tom was the one that I saw his review on Saturday. I was actually watching it on the TV,
And he
was
first
like,
said that he hated
take
it,
back
and
all
then
the
he
stuff
said
I
he
just
liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
We watched it, Tom.
Dennis is here. Gina says good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Hope you're all
Gina.
doing this. How are you all doing this,
So
Marie
good.
Monday?
So
I'm doing pretty good. So my big thing last night was I wanted to be done with our family stuff, back home, in bed at 8 p.m., and I did it. I actually, I took
And you
some-
were snoring off and on.
Well, Costco has what they call sleep aid. It's sodium succinate. Anyway,
Succinate.
it's the stuff that's in NyQuil that makes you drowsy and it helps you get back to sleep if you're already going to sleep. And I do the same thing my dad does, which is half a pill every once in a while. Like if I know I'm going to get 8 hours.
Yeah, because if you don't have 8 hours,
Oh,
you
you
might
wake
as well
up and
not
you-
take one, because
yeah.
then you're super groggy,
Super groggy.
for like 2 hours after.
So I was like, we got home and I was like, I am taking one of these now. It takes 30 minutes to kick in. I am going to go to sleep. And I did, because the plan was tonight we were going to be getting on a plane just before midnight, arriving in Florida to go diving tomorrow morning right off the plane.
Well, I just want to tell you some expectations. I told Sam the likelihood of us going diving is very slim. So he's still having an inkling of hope. But he said, he's like, well, if we don't go diving, can we still do something special anyway? And I'm like, I don't know what that's going to be. So maybe we'll have a nice dinner for him. I don't know.
Holly and Steve are
Think of
talking
something
about
special.
trying to do the same thing when we go to the Orlando Keto Summit, which is, let's see. Share
Oh
my
yeah, it's a different
screen.
time of year.
Low crab events. The Orlando Summit is August 1st through the 4th.
Yeah, I'm down.
So,
Except we won't have Sam then,
why?
because I wouldn't take him home if I was going to stay for the Orlando Summit.
Or you could just go early for that. Or, I don't know, he could
We'll
hang
figure it out. We've got some time to plan.
Anyway, Kay Wilson says, no running in parking lots.
Oh my gosh. I actually went out today to take out some garbage because it's garbage day, and it was so slick. This
It was,
morning.
actually.
It was really slick. I was slipping on with my tennis shoes, my like good grippy tennis shoes.
And the whole reason Miriam was doing that is 2 weeks ago I replaced our water heater.
Yes.
And on Saturday, Max and I laid down the garbage can, slid the water heater into there,
probably get a fine
lifted
from
it up.
The garbage people.
No, it was fine. And we had it out on the street in a garbage can. This morning, it was gone.
Yeah, somebody went around and grabbed it.
Well, it's like 100 pounds of steel.
Yeah, and they can turn it in and get money back.
Yes, so somebody did that. They recycled it, which I think is great. That meant that we had an empty garbage can.
Actually used a garbage can and a recycle because there were a couple garbages that needed to go out.
Okay.
And so we took the giant boxes from Ruth's bed and dumped all the styrofoam and garbage into a garbage can, and then we put the boxes into the recycle can.
B-Dog is here. Let's see. Nanu says, I'm obsessed with warm pecan sticky bun. Just ordered more and hopes it lasts until it returns.
I have not had that warm, I don't think.
Okay. Synergy is here from Lakeland, Florida. On break.
Hi, Synergy.
Let's see. Dustin is here. Happy I could make this one. I mostly watch the replays. Well, welcome.
Okay, I had the weirdest dream last night. You guys want to hear? For some reason, I was babysitting for Harry and Wendy. Except for...
What, Sally?
I was babysitting the dog and Michelle's baby.
Michelle Stauffer's baby?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
Wow.
But for some reason, I also
was the baby riding Sally?
I was in charge of their cars. So, like, they went out of town, and I had this baby and the puppy, the dog, and then I had to move their truck and trailer.
Okay.
At the same time that I had to move this car and this car. For some reason, it was all about cars. So I got Christine Larrabee and me.
As one does.
Now I can't remember the third person that was with me. And we're trying to back up the trailer, and Christine, like, ran it into the fence or something. And it was really distressing, because then I had to tell Wendy and Harry that we, like, wrecked their rig.
Oh.
That was the whole dream.
Oh, Tom says that it wasn't
really
him.
dumb.
It was a different guy that looks like your same avatar. Advatar?
Advatar. Oh,
Avatar.
Right. Gotcha. What is his name?
Mike Shaw TV was the guy that we were watching. Okay, Lori's here from Vancouver Island. Still freezing in southern Alberta. Donna doesn't want snow, please.
I think I dreamt that because I saw Joe and Rachel's post about they're going to be on RV Unplugged. And so I was thinking about trailer stuff. And then for some reason I was thinking about Wendy and Harry. And then for some reason I was thinking about Michelle and Peyton. And so they all just kind of got mixed together.
Catherine wants to know if we're giving any information out about Steve's new flavors. No, because Steve hasn't learned not to talk about stuff until it's ready. But no, we will not be giving any information out until the day that they are ready.
Yep. And then you'll know.
Because they might get delayed.
Yep. And that would be
like,
sad.
you might be planning on going on a trip to Florida, and the day
before.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, the day of, yeah.
Anyway, Suzanne says hi from California. Lynn is having key lime shakes. Nice.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Synergy says it's cold here for diving. We have wetsuits. That means I have to unpack all my stuff.
Also, like, cold there for diving is not cold here for diving.
No.
So we actually swim in the summer in that temperature of water here.
Yeah. Sandy's just got a break in the weather today in Georgia. Last night in the teens and 20s. Whoa. Might be 67 by the end of the week. That's awesome.
Wow. It's like
Crystal says, hello, crab event. I love crab. Right?
Me too. Let's have that.
Suzanne is excited. My boyfriend bought our tickets to the Collaborative Science Conference.
Yes. Oh, also Dave posted, I think yesterday, a video all about it, and it was really cool.
The Collaborative Science Conference, which is going to be in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Let me show you the YouTube video. That's so
Barbara wants to know, when will the spring flavors launch? When we have them ready.
Oh, yeah, we don't have them how do you go to your history?
That's always when we launch stuff, and we never tell ahead of time because we have no control over when stuff actually shows up. So, what's Dave talking about?
Look for this cute video of Dave with 2024 behind his head.
Is that what the thumbnail looks like, too?
I don't know what the thumbnail looks like.
Whoops.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, so many notifications. Videos. Yes, it looks like that.
So go to Dave's channel and look for the 2024 because he kind of does a synopsis of how he's come from where he started to now.
Oh, okay.
And some different things that are happening that are super exciting, and he talks about the conference. which is so cool.
Jeannie says, good morning, everyone. Drinking my peppermint and chocolate mix Keto
Oh,
Chow.
I'm so happy.
Susanna has a
didn't think to do
question. Notice lately I get stomach aches after I drink Keto Chow. Wonder why that's happening. Not sure. Maybe you're not used to that much magnesium, or maybe you don't do well with dairy if you're using the ones that have dairy. You could always try the core flavors, which don't have dairy.
Also, I notice sometimes I have problems with dairy and sometimes I don't. I notice if I do a Keto Chow for lunch, when I've already had breakfast a few hours beforehand, I don't have problems. But if I'm completely fasted, if I have Keto Chow first, my stomach every once in a while is kind of weird. It's funny because sometimes it's fine and sometimes it's not fine. So I just like to do it for lunch. Also, what you can do is try to do like a teaspoon of gelatin. In your Keto Chow and see if that
beef
helps.
Gelatin. Yeah. Tom says, hopefully no rain in Orlando during the summit, so you did not get drenched on the roller coasters at SeaWorld. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Actually, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Deborah says, we're loving the salty. Joanne is here.
Yay,
and Dustin says, does anyone know who Star-Lord is? Packing boxes at Keto Chow.
Yes, we do.
Well, so that used to be Brandon.
It used to be Brandon, but he doesn't work here anymore. So now it's a new person.
Yeah. Do you know who it is?
I can guess.
Oh. Norma says, good morning. Cindy says, bad Steve. No, Steve's okay. Just, we don't talk about Bruno until Bruno's ready to go, just because stuff always changes. And so we're not going to talk about it ahead of time.
And sometimes bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
Like, trucks don't make it here.
There's actually a product that we were supposed to have launched for Black Friday that still isn't here.
What?
So I'm glad that we didn't launch it. Mike says, new flavors sound amazing. Bob says, I'm excited. I found a stash of butterscotch Keto Chow that got pushed to the back of the cabinet.
What a good day, Bob.
Christina's in Mesquite.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah.
That's not very far.
No, not at all. That's where you would go if you were driving to California for your aunt's funeral. But instead you're going to fly.
Which I'm going to fly.
Yep.
I'm going to fly.
Anyway, Cynthia says, can you talk about what spring flavors are going to be coming?
Sure.
Actually, no, because there's some surprises in there.
Surprise!
And that's as much as I'm going to say.
We're not talking about it.
The spring flavors in the past have been root beer float, which was discontinued. Key lime, which unfortunately was also discontinued. But you also have the orange cream. Pina colada is supposed to be a summer flavor, but we have enough of it that we've just kept it in stock.
Yep.
But there's some other stuff coming. We're not going to say when, and we're not going to say what, because
could be
it's
spring
not
any
available.
day. It's 41 degrees here.
It could be full of chocolate, okay?
It could be full of chocolate, okay?
Okay, let's see. That's from Muppets in Space, by the way.
Oh, Donna,
Muppets from
she's going
Space?
to the Collaborative Science.
Nice.
Woo-hoo, we'll see you there.
Cynthia says, can you please, are spring and summer flavors the same? So we release the spring / summer flavors at the same time. And what you can do, flavor status. On our flavor status page, I'll copy that. If you come down here and you look, you've got seasonal.
All the words, no pictures, so boring.
And you've got things like that. So if you search for, if you sort by single meal, the blueberry pie is supposed to be seasonal. It's not anymore. It's a permanent flavor.
Oh, well, we should fix that.
Yeah. And then if you sort by this, you've got blueberry pie and orange cream. Those are the only spring, summer, seasonal flavors that we have announced.
Currently.
Yes.
Guys,
put that into the.
Why is it so hard to talk with braces? I have to go like
because
this.
you've got giant pieces of
They're
metal
poking me in
underneath
the face,
your lips.
and I can't just have a regular face on.
Sonia's listening but driving.
Oh,
Hello,
be
Sonia.
safe.
Let's see. Donna says, "Yep, I'll be in the Collaborative Science. I'll be at the Collaborative Science. Nice. Oh, I already read that. Let's see. Bob says it's amazing how nice 30 degrees feels after 2 weeks of sub-zero.
True that, right? It's like, the best thing ever.
Yeah, Robin says, "Rest in peace, key lime. I wish I'd stocked up." Yeah, well, and it was the plan up until about a week ago was to bring it back, like straight up. That's what we were planning on doing. But
it the axe.
when we were about to order it.
I said, no,
we looked at the stuff and went,
are we really looking at the numbers here? Guys, come on.
And it just didn't have the sales to justify it.
Yeah, sad.
And so everybody keeps on saying, hey, I want this flavor, I want that flavor. And in order to make that happen, we have to make way by discontinuing some of the flavors that don't do as well. So, CB says, I love salty. Any advice on how to keep electrolytes up when facing a dry fast for 8 hours to prep for oral surgery? Don't want leg cramps during surgery.
Just have the salty without the flavor.
You could. Or you could use the salty with the flavor. You're talking about the... Oh, we actually have none of the clean slate up here.
The clean slate. Use the clean slate.
That's if you can't do well with
If you
flavors.
aren't going to do the flavor.
If you're talking about an 8-hour fast,
Yeah, you could do this.
you could do the regular
You could
stuff
do the
probably.
That's green.
Deborah says, tutti frutti, oh Rudy. Mike says, it may be midwinter in Utah, but I feel like spring is right around the corner.
I'm not ready. I mean, I like spring, but we haven't built a snowman. We haven't had one snowball fight. We haven't gone sledding. I'm not ready.
Dr.
It's
Bubar says
January.
last week you talked about
It's not
using
time for
Wagyu
spring.
beef tallow with Keto Chow. Do you mix it like you would
Do
butter?
it. Yes.
Or is it more consistency for an oil? Is it shelf stable? So the Wagyu beef tallow is shelf stable. Mixed Keto Chow, no matter what flavor you put in it or what fat, is not shelf stable. You have to treat it like milk once it's been mixed with water. Period. And that's because of the protein. But I think your question about the Wagyu beef is about the Wagyu beef tallow. Yeah, and we just stick it in we actually usually use a coffee mug and melt it in that and then pour it into
so it doesn't burst
covered.
in the microwave.
But we put that into a microwave, but then mix it in with a blender.
Blend.
Just like we do the butter. And the interesting thing about the Wagyu beef tallow is it seems to be softer and it melts better and it stays in suspension better than other non-Wagyu beef tallow.
It's really great.
Bob says, I have a surefire way to know when a flavor will be announced. It's always the day after I place a large order.
Right,
There
all
you
you
go.
have to do if you want a new flavor is place a large order.
Yep.
You've got it figured out, Bob.
Cynthia is crossing fingers for a pineapple Dole Whip.
Oh, wouldn't that be yummy?
The issue with that, we actually tried to get that flavor.
We did.
It's missing the tartness, the sourness.
That's the hardest part about milk protein.
And we could do that with the same malic acid that we're using in salty. The problem is it causes the milk protein to curdle into little clumps.
It's so weird.
It's super weird.
Science is weird. Why does it make things do things you don't want?
I don't know.
That's why cooking is hard.
Platte River Q says, do you want to build a snowman? No, I don't.
Yes, I do.
Cynthia wants birthday cake. Let's see. Jennifer says, Bob, I understand. I set the Has prices. Okay.
Right.
CB says, oral surgeon says, no water allowed for 8 hours before surgery either. Okay, so if you're not doing water either.
Then just 8 hours before your surgery, take a bunch of electrolytes.
I would take a bunch of electrolytes.
And then be done. You can take the capsules. Where's the capsules?
Could, but you need water.
I know, but you take it at 8 hours, and then just don't drink until then.
Yeah.
Just take a nice long bath.
The other thing you could do is lick a chicken bouillon cube.
That's not the same.
Or lick a giant chunk of salt that you have.
Just get enough electrolytes before you start, and don't overdo that on the electrolytes.
Oh, Jennifer
so
says, I understand. I set the gas prices. That's what Jennifer was saying. Yes, you go and buy gas, and then the gas goes down. Yep. Mike says, sounds like Keto Chow cottage cheese. Literally, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
When you add too much of a sour stuff or just too much acid to Keto Chow. Cindy says, I'll trade my packets of butterscotch for someone's packages of key lime.
Oh, don't tempt me.
There
Actually, I don't
is a
think I
group
have
that
any
we
lime.
don't talk about on Facebook where people do trade Keto Chow. But we're not affiliated with that. We don't endorse that group. But if you look for it, you can probably find it. And I suspect that there would be someone who would be very happy to make that trade with you. Platte River Kio says, Scott, winter, December, magical winter wonderland, January to March, cold, gray bunch of yuck. Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's like December, everything is Christmas and wonderful, and then it's like,
that's why Christmas is in the wintertime, because if it wasn't, we would all be depressed really too fast.
I think it's actually because it's a celebration of rebirth.
Yeah, that too. Well, I know. But still, it makes sense.
Cynthia says, you tried the Dole Whip. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Yeah, we tried it, but it didn't work out very well.
It's hard.
It's kind of like cherry.
Yeah.
It's the same problem we have with cherry.
Except it didn't taste like cough syrup.
Yeah, it just tasted like
That's not hard.
strangely
That's a hard
pineapple.
flavor. The thing is, like, you kind of want to get that orangey to it, and anything that has like that flavor, so a little citrus. Yeah, it's hard.
Amber's here. Dr. Fubor says if you want to put an affiliate link in your Keto Foods We Love page for the Wagyu beef towel, I'd be happy to use it. That's a good plan.
Yeah, we should do that.
Hey, John, when you're watching this,
Keto favorite things page.
in our favorite things page, we need to put the Wagyu beef towel.
Yeah.
Didi Hines says, good morning, folks. Cold and nasty here in Texas. Tina says, I love the butterscotch and I loved red licorice.
I know.
We don't even have any of the red licorice.
No.
We have some of the black. The problem with the red licorice is if we ordered a good amount, meaning the same
Then
amount
it
that we
would
ordered
stay.
of like butterscotch, it would take 2 years to
It
sell.
would stay forever. Sad.
Oh, and Jennifer says we sometimes make Keto Chow trades at meetups. Speaking about meetups
That's a
in
good idea.
Texas,
What?
that I need to get on the low carb events page.
Oh my gosh, you're right. We're going to have a meetup April 8th? April 8th? No.
You're
It's
squeaky.
not April 8th. It's
April 6th.
something before
April
the
6th in San Antonio, Texas.
And the berries are coming.
Yeah, Ken and Nisha.
Yes.
I don't know if the baby
And
berries
Compass, probably. They go together. Compass Wellness, our friends, are coming
Yeah.
too, and probably we'll get Nurse Cindy to come.
Probably.
And we're meeting at a restaurant. It's a burger place, so we can get, everybody can just order their own food if they want, or they don't have to.
But we
and
rented
we'll
out the
just-
hall.
Yeah.
I need to
Oh my
pay
gosh,
her
we
back
need
for
to pay that.
Right.
Whoops.
Look, I'm letting you take care of that.
No, you're taking care of it. I'll just forward it to you.
Oh,
It's
did
'cause
she
I
send you
haven't-
the information already?
Yeah, like the
Oh,
day of.
Okay.
It was like last Friday. Sorry.
Yes, but so anyway, so April 6th. Yeah,
In
sorry.
San Antonio, Texas.
In San Antonio, Texas, we will be part of a meetup. And let's be honest, the whole reason we're doing it is because there's an eclipse just west of there.
Yay. So our kids are coming, and
Yep.
Chris's dad is coming, and we're
Yep.
going to go watch the eclipse. And we're like, hey, let's see if we can meet up with some friends, because that's way fun.
Speaking of 6, Carrie's got 6 more days till 2 years of no coffee.
Speaking of 6, we still have 6 kids. But that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say February 24th is the one we really need to be talking about, because
February 24th? Yes.
that's soon. And that's here in Utah. And Dave Feldman, the guy we were just talking about earlier about a science conference, is coming to speak.
Yep.
And it'll be awesome. And so is Christy Davis, and her story is amazing.
This guy.
So you need to think about coming to that one in the
Yep.
cold February.
Now, we will be streaming it for free if you can't come. But if you want to come and hang out with
But if
Dave
you come,
and
you
Christy.
can see those buildings and those mountains.
I don't think I was sharing.
The
Maybe I
mountains
was.
are so pretty.
Anyway.
See?
Jujubee is here.
They're
Lady
so
Fritz
pretty.
Sater says, I'm late, but not absent.
Just look out the window and enjoy the view.
Bob says orange salty is good. Coming from sales
Yes.
of slushes for decades.
Yes.
Yours is yours first orange flavor that didn't have a yuck factor
I
aftertaste.
am so glad. I actually really like the orange. I think it's one of my favorites.
Well, Lady Fritz Sater finally made fudge.
I'm so
Pistachio and chocolate peanut butter.
Aren't you
Chocolate
loving
peanut
it?
butter wins, of course. Both are good.
So
LaShawn says, you homies.
Yoo-hoo!
Tracy is here. Was in a meeting, but able to
Hey.
listen now. Did I miss any announcements?
Tracy, you need to give us an update.
The only announcements
What are
are
you doing?
Miriam and I aren't going to Florida today. I'm going to Florida on Wednesday
I'm going to
for
stay home and clean the
the,
dumb house.
for Metabolic Health
That's
Summit.
this weekend in
Yeah,
Tampa.
in Tampa, Florida. There it is. Oh boy, they never got me more information. Just there's the
Well,
date.
there it is.
But if you go to
Clicky,
that,
clicky,
which is not clicky, it'll take you to the page. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's happening. Aside from that, nope. No other announcements. Shauna says, good morning, finally off of work.
Yay!
I did make it over to Alpha Graphics to pick up some stuff this morning, though.
High five.
And yeah, I've been very productive.
I also have been very productive.
Look, you made pumpkin sausage
I
soup.
worked out.
What? Yo,
Sam.
do you work out?
Yeah, I worked out. Because if you put on your workout shoes and your workout pants,
Yeah.
and you can't go to work until you change your clothes, you have to work out because you put those clothes on.
Yep. Let's see, Natalie says, I hope one of them is birthday cake. I only have 2 up on them. I would also like strawberry cream. I make a strawberry whipped cream with it.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Linda Floyd says, has anyone made yogurt with Keto Chow? Yeah,
We
Two Crazy
have,
Ketos
yeah.
will often do that. So, and we've done it before, where you make their yogurt and then you mix Keto Chow into the finished
We should
stuff.
really do that.
You are very welcome to do it.
You should really do that for me. Can I give a clearer expectation of what I would like?
You realize I'm on just.
You just gained 2 days.
I did, which
And
I'm
you
going to
slept
need.
last night. I heard.
I did sleep last night.
Because I couldn't sleep. Because I was like, I need to sleep. I need to sleep. I need to sleep.
Yeah.
So I think I fell asleep at like 11:30.
Oh. Well, you also were arranging flights to go to your aunt's funeral.
Yeah, the problem was I got done with that about 10. So I'm going to my aunt's funeral, I got the hotel, I got the flight and everything, and then I went to bed at 10 and lay there for an hour and a half.
So Cat Rambo says, I received my salty order. So far, I really like the flavors I've tried. Do people put the... And then it trails off.
Da, da, da.
We'll see the rest of the comment later. Jennifer says, my kids expect Keto Chow fudge when they come by. I told them they can make it with Keto Chow. I gave them.
I know.
Of course
but
I
when
get,
you make
but you do it
so
better,
much
Mom.
Better. I think if you made it, I would like it too.
Cindy says, I'm still hoping for Keto Core Caramel Macchiato. You two rock big time.
Oh, that
So,
would be fun, huh?
not to ruin your day,
Rain on your
but
parade.
the likelihood of us,
Snow on your
right
parade.
now, the likelihood of us making additional core flavors is kind of zero.
Yeah.
Simply because they're selling okay, the core flavors are, but the 3 flavors that we have aren't selling well enough for us to add additional flavors is issue number 1.
Right.
Issue number 2 is
You can't
that
get the beef.
we currently can't get the beef protein. So when it's time to restock, we will be able to. As it stands right now, actually we're not even selling enough of the strawberry and vanilla to justify large bags. So if you
Do we
really
have
like
that?
those,
We have large bags.
of the strawberry and the vanilla?
Oh, no. We have the large bags at the shop.
Yep. So, yeah, so it just doesn't sell well enough to justify the large bags. So if you like it, then really the best way to vote is to buy it. Lisa says, eggnog should be available all year. It
would be
used
good,
to
though.
be available all year.
I said no.
Well,
I am the ruiner of all
what
things.
happened is it was actually, we announced that eggnog and a couple other flavors would be switching to seasonal when we actually brought on the lemon meringue. It was at the same time. There's a blog post about, if you search for eggnog seasonal Keto Chow or eggnog year-round and then lemon meringue, you'll find the blog post where we make the announcements. The problem is it sells really well during the winter months. And then like in January,
Just
it
like
falls
nobody
off a
wants
cliff.
Christmas anymore.
Nobody wants
Christmas
it anymore.
is over.
And we actually had to throw away some
It was so sad.
that got, it used to be we had a 2-year shelf life on Keto Chow, but we wouldn't ship it if it had less than 6 months of shelf life. And so there was some of the, now it's a 5-year shelf life, but there was some eggnog that got thrown away because it got to within its expiration date or best by date that we weren't going to be able to sell it anymore. It was also in the middle of summer. And so we're like, you know what? We're going to make this a seasonal flavor because people just don't buy it at other times of the year. But it does have a 2-year shelf life. I mean, sorry, a 5-year shelf life. So if you like it, you can buy a bunch of it and have it year round. It's just, again, it doesn't sell very well outside of that time of year. And we had it as a full-time flavor for probably 3 years.
Yeah. Speaking of eggnog,
What?
this is the zesty orange salty, and it looks like it's invisible in
That's
one
funny.
section. Has anybody mixed the salty into their Keto Chows yet?
Oh,
Have you?
That's an interesting. No, I haven't.
I haven't either. But I was just thinking about orange cream coming in the spring and summer, and you could put the orange in the orange. Oh, it looks so sad right here, but it really looks beautiful in my hands. It's just a lighter yellow that
Okay.
looks a little green.
Speaking of which, Cat Rambo was asking,
Okay.
do people put salty into their coffee?
Yes.
Also, I ordered 1 Keto Chow caramel macchiato. I want to make ice cream in my mug dash. Need to know how to make it. I haven't ever made ice cream in a mug dash. Are you talking about the dash ice cream
that
maker?
little tiny one?
If it's the same one that I tried in the ice cream
It
roundup,
made kind of like a slushy.
it made like a soft serve.
And
there
then it
wasn't,
didn't keep a whole
and you can only put a half of a serving in there.
serving. But I think you should try it. I'm sure it'd be great.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, just
In which
scrape it off
case,
the sides and
if
eat
you're
it.
talking about the same thing, we literally just took a mixed keto chow, dumped it in, turned it on. That was it.
Yes.
Let's see. Mike says if you added any flavor of core, I would say add a caramel type flavor. Let's see. Jennifer says, I know the obscure flavors I want won't happen. Date pudding and persimmon.
Yeah.
Now what you can do is
obscure ones are hard.
you can use the vanilla
Yeah, do try
and make any number of them.
and then share it on the Facebook support group
Yeah.
because everybody's going to want to see those cool creations.
And coming back to the core flavors, any additional flavors of core. For those of you who don't know, the beef soup base, Keto Chow, is unflavored, unsweetened core. Like that's literally what it is.
So if you wanted to make a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, or if you wanted to pour some
it's hard to
sugar-free
get
cherry
flavors just
syrup
right.
into it,
But if you
you
find
can
a
make a
flavor,
core
yeah.
cherry.
If you find a flavor that you like a syrup or something, use that.
Yep.
Then you can use less than what you need or more than what you want, what you need, what you want.
Pickle doesn't like the strawberry vanilla core, but does like the chocolate and wants another flavor when we get
Thanks.
the beef protein. James says, awesome job with the salty.
Thank you.
Nice. Lindsay Murphy is here, making lunch with the girls, and saw that the live was still scooting along.
Scooting along. Hi, girls. Tell the girls I say hi.
Crystal says, I love orange cream and lemon meringue in the spring.
Yeah,
James
me
wants to
too.
know, how are the names
meringue.
created for the salty brands and flavoring? We
just were playing with stuff.
Yeah, we got our marketing team together, and
Yeah,
they
they're
just
awesome.
they're like, what kind of vibe are we looking for?
A cool one. Cool
Yep.
vibes. More than what we can give.
Lady Fritzator says, I love being able to order my flavored electrolytes in the same order as my Keto Chow. So far, the top two favorites are Booyah Berry and Orange.
I don't remember what other flavors
Lisa
I like
wants
the
a
best.
passion fruit.
I do really like the Citrus Splash, actually. I think that's one of my favorites. I want to make ice cubes with Citrus Splash and then just throw them into my water.
Which Lisa is asking if there's a lime. If you're talking about salty. Yes.
Yeah.
The Citrus Splash Keto Chow is a lemon lime
You can
flavor.
open it up and then you can't see it because
You
it's
won't
green.
be able to see it because it's green. As far as a lime flavor of Keto Chow, we used to have a... It's totally see-through. We used to have key lime flavor.
This is the,
Unfortunately, it didn't sell well enough to keep it around. Stop it. Cindy says I don't drink coffee, but I do drink tea. I always put caramel macchiato in hot tea.
yes, yes.
James thinks they hit the names out of the park.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. Well, anything else that you want to talk about this morning?
Nope.
No? Your hair looks nice.
Thank you.
It was totally worth the wait.
Thank you. We will have our live stream tomorrow because we will not be in Florida.
Yes.
We'll be home.
Actually, we won't. We have something Tuesday night.
Actually.
That previously we had said we couldn't
won't.
attend. So
You're right!
we will not be having a live stream tomorrow night.
Just kidding. We're going to something.
Yeah. But we will be back on Monday, or at least you might be back on Monday. I'll be on an airplane.
I'll be here on Monday.
I might be available. We'll see.
He'll be running from the parking lot this time.
Yeah, Bonnie says, can the core flavors last longer outside the fridge than the milk-based one? No, because
it
once you
still
add
has-
water to the protein,
The protein is
it will, the bacteria that's just everywhere will start to break it down. Just once it's mixed, treat it like milk. B-Dog is making ice cubes of
don't
salty now.
skip
That's a
the
good idea. Ice
lime.
cubes.
because it's invisible, because it's really good.
Tom says I'll be on a cruise. Okay, Lindsay says, what I find fascinating about
Yes.
salty is my typical favorite flavors and other electrolytes are my least favorite in
Isn't
salty
that
and vice
funny?
versa.
I think you're right.
Well, hey, that means that we can get along.
I know.
It means if you've got a favorite flavor of LMNT,
Keep going with that.
great. And then if you've got a different one that's what you like of salty, great.
Tom, have a good time on your cruise.
Yeah. Okay, well, I need to go make rental car arrangements because we're no longer driving from Fort Lauderdale to Tampa. We're
Now you're
just
just going straight to Tampa.
landing in Tampa.
Okay.
So,
I need to go get started on my day.
okay. Well, you all have a fantastic day.
Yes.
And we will Well, at least Miriam will see you next Monday.
Next Monday.
Because we won't be doing a live stream tomorrow.
Right.
So, oh, and Lindsay says, I love berry flavors, but booyah berry is probably my least favorite. Interesting.
That is so funny.
So many people like that flavor. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.